Retiring in Europe sounds expensive, right? But Spain might actually surprise you. Sure, it's not the cheapest country out there, but wait till you hear how affordable the healthcare is. And don't even get me started on the wine and fresh bread. Spain just ranked number 6 on the Global Retirement Index for 2025, and today I'm going to tell you why. I'll walk you through the pros, the cons, and give you an idea of what life could really look like for you if you want to retire here. So let's jump in.
Let's start off with the pros, and there are quite a few. First of all, there's lifestyle. Spain is all about quality of life. Picture this: sunny afternoons sipping wine at a sidewalk cafe, fresh seafood dinners, long strolls along the beach, and a culture that truly knows how to live well. Life moves at a slower pace here, especially in the smaller towns, where people actually take the time to enjoy their day. And yes, the famous Spanish siesta is still a thing in many places. The shops close down in the afternoons, people head home for lunch and a rest, and the whole vibe just says, relax, there's no rush. Imagine that. Then there's the cost of living. Compared to the US, for example, Spain is surprisingly affordable, especially outside the big cities. Rent, groceries, dining out, and even public transportation are all budget-friendly in places like Valencia, Seville, or even some towns along the Costa del Sol. A couple can live comfortably on $2,000 to $2,500 US a month. And yes, that includes the vino, the wine. Speaking of wine and food, if you're wondering what it costs to eat out in Spain, especially in those charming, smaller towns outside of Barcelona, the good news is it's surprisingly affordable. One of the best deals you'll find is something called the Menú del Día, or the menu of the day. It's a set lunch, usually served on weekdays, and it typically includes 2 or 3 courses, bread, and even a glass of wine or water. And get this, it usually costs just $10 to $14 US. That's not a typo. You can have a full, delicious meal for less than what you'd pay for a sandwich and a drink in the US. If you take home the leftovers, that's $10 for 2 meals. Now that's my kind of deal. And for those little pick-me-ups, a coffee and pastry, or a cafecito and bocadillo, which is like a Spanish sandwich, you're looking at $3 to $5. A glass of wine or cold beer, just $2 to $4. So yes, in small town Spain, your dollar really stretches when it comes to food, and you definitely will not be sacrificing quality.
Okay, I promised to tell you about the amazing healthcare, so here it is. Spain's healthcare system is one of the best in the world. And here's the part that surprises a lot of people. It's actually affordable. Once you become a legal resident, you're able to access the public health system, which is high quality and heavily subsidized. But even if you start with private insurance, which a lot of expats do, you're still in good shape. We're talking comprehensive private plans for around $100 a month. And doctor's visits are usually less than $50 out of pocket. I know that's definitely less than what a dinner out for 2 costs currently here in the US. So yeah, in Spain, great healthcare does not have to come with a huge price tag. And for a lot of retirees, that is a huge deal.
Now let's talk about language. Sure, you'll find English spoken in the bigger cities and tourist hotspots, but if you're planning to settle down, especially in a smaller town, it definitely helps to know a little Spanish. Don't worry, no one's expecting you to give a TED Talk in Espanol, but learning a few basics like hola, hello, adios, goodbye, por favor, please, and gracias, thank you, can go a long way. Locals really appreciate it when you make the effort, and honestly, it's kind of fun. You'll feel like a pro the first time you confidently say gracias after your morning café con leche. And finally, there's transportation and travel. Spain is super well connected with trains, buses, and affordable flights to the rest of Europe. You can literally hop a train to France or catch a cheap flight to Italy for the weekend. It's perfect if you want to travel more once you retire.
So if you're thinking Spain might be the right spot for your retirement, of course you're wondering, what city should I live in?
Spain's got a little bit of everything. Beaches, mountains, tapas on every corner, so choosing the right city can feel like picking your favorite dessert. Spoiler alert, they are all delicious.
Let's take a look at the top 5 cities that expats are loving life in Spain right now.
Number 1 is Valencia. Valencia is the total package. It's right on the Mediterranean, has a beautiful historic center, great weather, and a super affordable cost of living, especially compared to Barcelona or Madrid. There's a growing expat community here, amazing healthcare, and you get the beach and the city all in one. Number 2 is Malaga. Malaga, down on the Costa del Sol, has sunshine almost every single day of the year. Imagine that. It's got a laid-back vibe, great seafood, tons of art and culture, and it's a hot spot for British and American retirees. Plus, it has an international airport, which makes traveling in and out super easy. Number 3, Alicante. Alicante is another coastal gem that's popular with retirees. It's smaller and more relaxed than Malaga, but still has great restaurants, beautiful beaches, and a strong expat community. And guess what? It's even more affordable. Number 4, Granada. Want a mix of culture, mountains, and Moorish history? Granada might be your place. It's settled in the Sierra Nevada mountains, close to ski resorts and the Mediterranean coast. And it's one of the few places in Spain where you still get free tapas when you order a drink. Yes, please. Sí, por favor. Number 5 is a twofer. It's Madrid or Barcelona for the city lovers. If you love big city energy, amazing museums, and endless entertainment, Madrid or Barcelona might be your jam. They're more expensive, but you'll never run out of things to do. And you'll find lots of expats here too, especially digital nomads and the younger retirees.
If I were choosing today, honestly, I'd be looking at Valencia or Malaga, somewhere with that warm weather, walkable lifestyle, and easy access to healthcare. But hey, Spain's got something for everyone, whether you want the beach, the mountains, or the buzz of a big city.
Now let's flip the coin and talk about some of the cons, because every place has them. First off, there's bureaucracy. Let's be real, Spanish bureaucracy is, well, it's just a lot. From getting your residency card to signing up for healthcare or even opening a bank account, the paperwork can be slow and confusing. You'll need patience and maybe a translator or gestor to help navigate the system. Number 2, language barrier. While you can get by with English in major cities and touristy areas, in smaller towns or when dealing with local government offices, Spanish is a must. The good news is that locals usually appreciate any effort you make to speak the language. Then there's taxes. If you're a tax resident in Spain, you'll need to report worldwide income, including your Social Security, pensions, or rental income from back home. Spain has a tax treaty with the US, which helps avoid double taxation, but definitely talk to a tax advisor before you make the move. Number 4, climate. Yes, it's a thing. Spain is famous for its sunshine, but summers, especially in the south, can be brutally hot, like 100+ degrees Fahrenheit hot. If you don't love the heat, you might want to look at northern areas like Galicia or the Basque Country, which are cooler and greener.
Before we wrap up, here are a few quick tips to get you started.
Residency. Most retirees go for the non-lucrative visa, aka the retirement visa. Basically, you just need to prove that you're bringing home about 30,000 euros a year. So no, your lottery ticket winnings won't probably cut it, but hey, dream big. Then there's healthcare. Some regions have a special deal called Convenio Especial that gives you access to public health care. It's perfect if you're retiring early or not part of Spain's social security system. Because when you're kicking it back in Spain, the last thing you want to worry about is a surprise doctor bill. Plan ahead. Start your visa process months in advance, and please hire a gestor. This magical person is like your paperwork fairy godparent who knows all the bureaucratic spells and will save you hours and possibly tears.
All right, amigos, that's a wrap on Spain. I'd love to hear what you think. Would you retire here? Or are you more of a beach in Mexico type like me? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and tap that bell so you don't miss next week's destination, which is going to be number 5 on the list. And you can also check out the last video that I just did on Mexico. Until then, happy travels and keep dreaming big. Adios.